Hey, this is Joe Magic. I am a producer and remixer, and today I'm going to do a breakdown session of a song I just remixed called Kryptonite. The artist is Willie Colon. It's a freestyle tune, and I kind of did a different mix on it, went a little tropical house. The original is amazing. It's by Lewis, also goes by DJ Redeem, and fantastic track. I'll actually play a little bit of the original. Great freestyle beat, some really clever sampling and edits, and then a fantastic vocal by Willie. And great lyric content. Just an all-around cool song. I thought it was a great tune, and I thought it would be fun to do a different mix on. So this is the original, and I was pretty inspired by it, so check this out. Just great instrumentation, great beat, and really, really inspiring. So I love the tune and wanted to do a remix of it. So they sent me the acapella, and I went to work. And so the first thing that I do, and you can see it on the screen. The first thing I'll do is just import the vocal in, and I thought the tempo that they had was a little fast for what I wanted to do. So I brought the tempo down a little bit, and once I brought the vocal in, that's where I get started. Put some different effect on it, kind of tweaked it up a little bit for my sound. And following that, the next thing I'm going to need to do, the next thing I typically do, is add just a basic piano part, just to get a feel for what the chords are. And the chords in this case are pretty simple. It's a B flat minor chord followed by an A flat major chord, followed by an F sharp major, and then half step lower to F, and then I think the seventh is in there. And I wanted to just kind of jazz it up a little bit, so I added from that B flat minor, I made it a B flat minor seventh by adding the seventh in there. This chord I kind of added a lot to. It's a D flat 6, suspend the second, like that, suspend 2. Third chord, I just added the major 7th to that one, and then the F I kind of left, and then added the 7th to it. And those are the 4 chords that basically run the entire length of the track. I think in the original version they may have changed at some point, but I kind of just went with that 4 chord structure. It worked all the way through. So I added a piano part, and it sounds like this. Been avoiding me, you know what it's in reference to. We can't keep on fighting day and night. Just to give me a basic idea of what the song's going to sound like. It kind of stands alone right here all by itself. But the next thing I did was just kind of brainstorm some other ideas for a style, and I wanted to do it sort of Latin tropical, so I wanted some guitar in there, maybe some flamingo sounding guitar. And so I took that basic chord structure and I ran some guitar chords, and I did about, I don't know, 11 or 12 different versions, and then chopped them up and then used the ones that I wanted at specific places. And then so the guitar sounds like this. And that's basically the guitar that pretty much runs the distance. It changes up a little bit in the pre-hooks. All is wrong in your life, always blaming me. Broken promises. Then for the pre-hooks, I added a 12-string strum. You can hear that sort of in the left channel. So I kind of separated them out. Later on, I'll add like a classical guitar sound in, and that'll be on the right side. Next thing to pull into this mix for me is just I just drop a kick over the whole thing just to keep a rhythm going. Then I started working on the bass line. And for the bass line, I kind of wanted like the sound of like a bachata guitar, like a bass guitar that a bachata would use. Can I open this? I can't open this plug-in now, I guess. Just like a Fender, it's just like a Fender guitar. And that's pretty much the staple for the music. Although in the hooks I added a synth part. And the synths are kind of bouncing. I have them auto panning, so they're doing like every 2 bars they'll flip from left to right, just to kind of give it some space, spread out things a little bit. And I also, because it was a freestyle song, I added some orchestra hits, like that on the ones. And just to be a little interesting and a little clever, at some spots I'll actually reverse the audio so they fade in sort of backwards and then hit forward. And so it kind of adds a little spice at some spots. I played a solo guitar in the openings and then later on in a solo section. It's not real. I'm actually just playing it on keyboard, but I didn't quantize it. Made it as loose as possible. Did some strums and some trills like that to kind of make it seem real. So once I'm at this point, I'll start looking for some percussion, and so I decided that I would open with like a really cool conga and some shakers. I've got 2 different shakers. One's kind of a lower pitch shaker, and then one's more like a cabasa, like a little small shaker. And so they kind of open the mix. And then I added some crashes, some reverse crashes, and here's some claps. And these claps are not from a machine. They're actually hand clapped claps. They're not perfect every single time, and they're definitely human. And I like that organic sound to something like this. And here in the opening for the guitar, before the guitars come in, I use the filter. Kind of open up the filter, open up the high pass, just to kind of let them sort of fade in like that, and then the bass line comes in. Started adding some drum rolls and some accent pieces. You hear the chimes hit right there, and also a vibra slap. Just another cool organic orchestral kind of sound. Kind of the gist of that. Then I'll start embellishing a little longer. I heard that later on as I progressed, it didn't seem like the hook was driving enough, so I added just a good house loop over the hook. So this kind of got a good vibe to it. Kind of just adds to the swing of the beat. like a lot of dynamics in my mixes, so I'll go from a strong hook down to a dropout for the second verse. Kind of really feature the guitar and the piano in the background. Here I added some harmony. I just took that Love Without a Meaning and ran it through a harmonizer and took it a third up, and it kind of gave me just a little more drama for that vocal. And I'm also starting to introduce some string parts. Here the strings are walking up while the guitar and bass walk down, so it kind of adds like a counterpoint. And that brings us into the second pre-hook. Kind of like the sound of the castanets. I added those sort of last minute. As I approach the area that I considered a little extra piece, it's sort of a great spot for like an instrumental or a solo, and so I took the opportunity to do like a little guitar solo in here. I kind of split it up. I did the first half with kind of bells and the strings. I got to give props to my buddy Pete Serra out in Texas. He gave me a really cool track of timbali that I just chopped up and kind of spaced all over the place to kind of fill in some cool fills, and also using this in this little solo section here. I'm gonna drop down to the bridge. A lot of those special effects, sweeps and explosion kind of sounds. I use those things a lot in my mixes. Kind of went for those 8-note claps. Has a cool Latin feel to it. Big drop out, back into a chorus. I doubled this chorus just to make it a little longer because it just needed to really drive it home. And as I progress with this chorus, I'll start to add the solo guitar back in. Make the strings a little more intense, just kind of build up the ending. Actually, kind of embellish the piano a little more to kind of give the piano a little bit of a prettier sound. So from the normal piano. This would have been a great ending. Should have just went down on the end like this. But I just decided to end it hard. With a cold ending like that. And that's pretty much it. It's a finished product now, and I kind of like the way it came out. Willie likes it. Everybody else I've played it for really digs it, and so I just wanted to kind of show you what it looked like as it laid out. I hope you enjoyed it. Take care.